Hey there, and welcome to the Week 5 edition of Inside Butler Football 2014. I'm your host, JoJo Gentry. We apologize for not posting videos the last 2 weeks due to technical difficulties. But we'll have head coach Jeff Forrest in the studio to review the Jacksonville game and to talk about next week's game versus Stetson University. Stay with us on Inside Butler Football. Coach Forrest, thanks so much for being here today.
Great to be back.
So overall, it was a tough loss for Butler. They were scoreless in the first half, and they created unforced errors that prevented them from crossing the end zone. But senior quarterback Matt Schultz had 300 yards, and the team had 122 rushing yards. Talk about what went well and what didn't go as planned Saturday.
Well, I mean, you tip your hat to them. They played well. We didn't get off to the start that we needed. We talked all week about a fast start, and that wasn't the case. They got up on us and kind of put us in a chase mode. And when we did have our opportunities to get some points on the board in the first half to make it competitive going to half, we, like you said, made some mistakes and really stopped ourselves. So it was unfortunate. We didn't play well enough to win, and against a really good football team, those things are going to get magnified.
You said after the game that Jacksonville has a tough scheme to defend and that they played better than Butler. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I think when people initially talk about Jacksonville, they talk about, their good players and the team speed and those type of things. But they're extremely well coached and put in positions to make it tough on their opponents. There's no question they did that. They were a little bit more disciplined than we were. They didn't make the penalties we had. They executed better, and so I think across the board in all three phases they beat us.
Do you believe Butler was prepared for this kind of performance by Jacksonville?
Oh, no question about that. I mean, I thought our guys played well. Or prepared well. I thought we had a good week. I thought we were doing the things we needed to do. I thought we had a good focus coming up to the game. We needed a fast start to get out in front and not have to play, the chase game. We had to keep the ball in front of us a couple times and make them work harder for their scores. We had to answer some scores, and when given opportunities, the turnovers created by our defense, we didn't take advantage of it. We just didn't play well off each other, and had some uncommon mistakes that we usually don't make that made it even harder for us.
And Butler had opportunities to score. They got inside the Jacksonville 20-yard line 4 times, but 2 missed field goals and a lost fumble ended 3 of those drives. Is there a sense that Butler defeated itself?
Well, I think you can say that, but you're not giving credit to the team that beat you. They're a very good football team, and they played better than we did. Did we stop ourselves? Yes. Did we have opportunities to put many more points on the board? Yes. Could we have made it a fourth quarter game? Yes. Could we have stayed in front of them, one more time and made it interesting? Yes. We could have played better. We truly believe when we prepare and we execute and we do all the little things right and play disciplined football that we're going to be in every game, and we didn't do enough of that Saturday.
How can the team learn from this loss?
Well, I mean, I think everyone, coaching staff right down through the senior leadership down through the team has to, take a look in the mirror and say, hey, what could I have done a little bit differently? And you're going to get better at what you emphasize, and the staff was back in there yesterday coming up with a plan for Stetson, and we'll need a good plan to play them. And I think that's the nice thing about this team is there's a passion and an enthusiasm about the game, and I think we'll bounce back. I'm not worried about that.
Now let's talk about next week's game versus Stetson.
Okay.
They're a young and experienced team. What do you know about their strengths and their weaknesses?
Well, they're like you said, they're young because of the age of the program, but they have a ton of experience in returning players because they've all been playing for a couple years now. They Their scheme-wise, they're a little bit different. They cause you to have to really prepare and spend some time. They're going to challenge you every play. Defensively, they're going to make it a tough game. They're going to load the box. Offensively, they want to run the football. They want to control the game and be able to play action. And their special teams, are coached and schemed up. So it'll be another challenge that way. Their players are all a year older and a year more experienced, and been in the weight room and those things. So it'll be a challenge, and it's on the road, and traveling our league is hard. So you really got to have a great week to be able to compete on a Saturday.
Butler's next 2 games are on the road. How do you plan to keep your players motivated and to stay positive?
Well, I think the biggest thing with road games is your preparation. We have 1 home game in October. We're going to be gone all month, so we got to decide right now this week that it doesn't matter, and really it shouldn't. Your preparation is the same as how you're going to handle Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can you take care of your body and do the things you need to do to get your rest when you're traveling and the hydration? But for the most part, the preparation's the preparation, and you lose some time at the end of the week because of the travel. So where can I make it up? I'm committed to being ready and prepared. So I got to maybe adjust my schedule a little bit during the week, and we've had guys that have been able to do that, and I think we have guys that'll do that again this year.
Are there any preparations that will be different this week from last week?
No, I think like we talked earlier. I think the biggest thing is you're gonna improve, what you emphasize, and the players going back and evaluating, their preparation and how they led up to the game, and the coaches going back and evaluating the plan and the scheme and figuring out, hey, we got to massage this a little bit. We got to get a little better in this area and spend some time working on those things. But the practice hours are the practice hours. There's only so many hours in the day, and our guys are students and athletes. So the schedule isn't that much different. We just got to be a little bit better at our time that we're spending at football.
Coach Vorst, thank you so much for being in the studio
Appreciate
today.
you having me.
And thank you for watching Inside Butler Football. I'm JoJo Gentry. Have a great week, Bulldog fans.